Hi friends. I went live because I got a lot of information to share and making videos, and it isn't working for me right now. So I just figured I'm just gonna go live, play it by ear, and just kind of read off all the dreams that I've been having, kind of pause a little bit and just kind of explain what's been going on. But there's been so many dreams that I haven't been posting, and I just kind of, it's been bothering me. It's kind of on my conscience. So I want to just share them. I'm just going to start from the most recent, and I'm going to work my way backwards. All right. So yesterday, June 6th, I had a double moon vision. So it's during the day, and I'm speaking to some guy in the neighborhood, and he says, "Hey, where's the moon?" And I'm like, "It's right there." It's kind of hidden, but he was looking for it. He couldn't find it. And then I went, "What is that?" He goes, "Well, there's another moon there. It looked like another planet. And behind that looked like another planet." So in the day, you could see the moon like clearly and that other planet clearly. So that was yesterday, June 6th. May 31st, I had a dream that I was in Sri Lanka. I don't know why I thought, but Sri Lanka, that country, is what I was thinking in my brain. And there was an accident. So after the accident, I was first on the scene. It was like quiet, and I'm with somebody, and we're like, we need to call the ambulance. But we knew by the time the ambulance get there, it would kind of been too late. So I wanted to help people, take people to the hospital before the ambulance even got there. So I rushed to like the first car. It's all crashed up, and I see a person there, and instead of like wanting help, they were rejecting help. I'm like, what? Why don't they want help? So I opened the trunk, and then there's another person, a lady in there, and she's afraid. And she lifts up her shirt, just like her stomach part, and she's it's all like tore up, no blood. I don't see any of that. But she gets up and she starts running, and I'm like, why? It didn't make sense. Like, people are hurt, people are damaged, and they're running. So that's the meaning behind that dream, is that there are a lot of hurt people. They're not going to tell you they're hurt. They're not going to show it, but they're going to run away. So instead of like asking for help, like I wanted to take them to the hospital, they didn't want the help. So that was dream number 2. All right. Dream number 3, this was May 27th. I had 2 dreams back to back on this day. And this is really interesting because on May 27th, it was about Home Depot. And the reason, kind of like why I wanted to start posting these dreams, is because it happened today. So this dream, I was in Home Depot, and I was with a friend, an older friend that I knew back in the day. He's real tall, white guy, older, probably like in his 70s. And we're friends. So we went to Home Depot, and we were together. So he leaves, and then I'm there by myself, and the pay, where you pay, it was blocked off. And they told us that we had to leave through a different exit. So in the dream, I was captured. We were put on a bus, and we were shipped back. And it was like, I'm not saying like other races, but there was other people that looked like me, and they also were deported, so to say. So like I say, this morning I was looking at the news, and I see in Los Angeles there was a raid in the Home Depot. So I'm like, man, these dreams are happening, and I'm not recording them. So this was at May 27th. So also on May 27th, I had another dream. This was like a back-to-back dream where some instructor lady was teaching construction. All right. And I have a background in construction, right? And she was trying to explain that we had to use this J channel to fix siding, but she didn't know how to explain it. She was like saying, this is what we got to do. This is how it's done. And I'm like, that's not how it's done. I was just thinking, that's a fake teacher, a false teacher. Like, she doesn't know what she's teaching. So beware of false teachers. So that's pretty interesting. So these 3 dreams, The Sri Lanka dream with the accident, I think that one has to do. I don't think that's pretty much tribulation yet, but it's pretty much right now in the current. The Home Depot is now, the instructor dream is now, but I did have the next one, May 21st, was a tribulation dream. So this tribulation dream was, it was a mission. It was an assignment that we're supposed to do. It was, and it was even a name of the town. We had instructions, we had a map, we had directions, and we was probably like a group of cars together going to these locations, and we were rescuing children. So there was anybody who was a distraction, like for example, you know how some children have pets? In this dream, there was a pet, a dog so we get to a house, an address, right? And we get in there and we rescue the kids, and then the dog, I'm like, is this dog with somebody? Because he's biting me. If nobody claims this dog, he's staying. And it's just like, I didn't think twice about it. I'm like, either you cooperate or you stay. And so I think I kicked the dog. Yeah. And then we all got back into the vehicles and we saw the next town. And the town that I remember was called Kane. And there was already like drivers, like the team had an assignment, each person had an assignment. And like, so my job was to actually like break in and entering. All right, other drivers, they were already set up with the maps and where to go to the next destination. And we just kept driving. That was the end of that dream. So that was a pretty cool dream. I had a personal dream regarding a motorcycle. It got confiscated. So I was thinking like, cause I really wanted to purchase a motorcycle, right? But it's kind of not convenient for me right now. So that was like my answer, don't get it. But at the same time, I'm thinking about how it was confiscated. I wasn't doing anything wrong, but in the dream, the police was basically out to get me. There was no valid excuse and people were watching. So don't be surprised if you start losing your vehicles. Prior to that, May 17th, this was also a tribulation dream because it was dark. And we were in kind of like at a garage sale. And the owner of this garage sale was having, like he was possessed. So I'm checking out this truck. I'm thinking, I'm just checking it out. It's a garage sale, so you can look around, right? So in this garage sale, the guy tries to like, he's manifesting his demons, right? And then I'm rebuking him from inside the truck, and I open the door and I start like saying, you know, I rebuke you in the mighty name of Jesus. And I start doing that fight, that little spiritual thing. I don't think nothing of it because the guy leaves. He goes into his garage. And I go back, you know, we start looking around and the guy's nice. I go, whoa, what happened? He goes, thank you. He was cured. He was delivered from that little confrontation. And then he said he wanted to be taught. He wanted to know more. So I said I was willing to help him, like find the Lord or whatever. I was just in that. I was there to help. And what's weird too is that when I was at this garage sale, I was with a group of Jehovah's Witnesses. And for some reason, I said, I'm not with them. And they were like kind of like mad, but this was a tribulation dream. So I kind of feel like I might be ministering to some of them witnesses. All right, May 17th, the same day I had another back-to-back dream. This dream right here, May 17th, is also very, very eye-opening because there's two families in this dream that I currently know. One of them I know really well. The other family is my neighbor. I don't know them that well, but I know they're spiritual. They do their Bible. They have like a home Bible study, and they're just good people. I can tell like they're really hardworking people and they love God. That's it. I don't see anything else. The other family I know really good. I know the husband, the wife. I know their two kids. I know they love God. All right, so in the dream, we're in the tribulation. We're all like at an amusement park, and it ends. Like the amusement park, it's over, there's nobody around, and we're saying our goodbyes. And it's almost as if they're happy to see me, but I'm like really friendly, and they're really friendly with me. And we just say goodbyes to my neighbor family first. And then the family that I know in real life, we went to their house, and they were very poor. In real life, they have nice house, nice cars. They're very, very well off right now in real life. But in the dream, they're poor. Their house is poor. And in the dream, the roles, like right now, the wife is really, really spiritual, and the husband is like not as, you can't really notice it as much. In the tribulation, it was, the roles were different. They were reversed. The guy was like so kind and so like happy, and the sister, the wife, was depressed. She aged. She was different. She was sleeping. She didn't even come with us to the amusement park. All right, so that was another thing that a lot of Christians think that it's going to be raptured and they're going to be gone, and then they're going to be shocked when they're left behind. There was also another instance in this dream where it switched, where it said I was on a boat with like little children, and I was taking care of them. They were having a blast. They didn't know it was like tribulation, or they may have known because one of the kids was by himself. He's my nephew, and his parents weren't with him. I was taking care of him, and we're in a boat, and they're playing and being boys, right? And I said, hey guys, we gotta go back. So start calming down because the waves were getting bigger. So I look in the distance and I see the amusement park that we were at. This amusement park had I was thinking in my mind that we were like far from it, like far. But in the boat, we were like a half mile away. And I'm like, we're that close? We're that close? And I kept repeating, we're that close and then that's what I was thinking like now. I was like, we're that close to it happening, the tribulation. That's why I was thinking like, man, we're that close. Let me see. May 10th, I had a personal dream, and this is personal, but I'm gonna share it because I had so many dreams. All right. You know how sometimes you pray for like, hey, what's my role? What am I gonna do? So in this dream, I was at a library. All right. So I don't know who's listening here, but whoever's listening, this is crazy. That's why I don't really know who's listening to these dreams or who actually goes through all of it. So this dream said, I was at a library, and it was an old like setting where the dream was not black and white. It was like orange and black. All right. I pull out a book in this library, and it says the title of the book, I Am 144,000. All right. That was like, what? So it blew me away 100%, because I was like, what am I? What's my role? What am I going to be doing? I don't know. And then it said, the title was like, it said something like, do not go out and play. All right. And I know why it said do not go out and play. The last time, because like on Sabbath, I respect Sabbath. I honor it. Like today's Sabbath, right? So I'm trying to do godly things. Last week, Sabbath, when I had that, when it said that on May 10th, when I had that dream, the week before on Sabbath, there was a party, all right? And I didn't wait till the end of Sabbath to go. I kind of cut it short, like around 5 o'clock. And I knew, like, I kind of felt guilty, but I went out and I played. So when I had this dream and it said, I am 144,000, do not go out and play, it was basically saying honor the Sabbath. Like, do it fully. If you're going to go out, it's not to play, it's to worship. So that was a cool dream. Glory to God. I'm happy for it. So May 8th, I had a dream about a job. Like, the owner of the company was I was working, but his company was supposedly successful, and he asked me to write a job. To write, my assignment was to write no more speaking about Jesus or religion. And I said, you're asking the wrong person. This guy had a Lamborghini. It was green. It was leaking oil. So technically it was a piece of junk because it was not working. It was out of service. It was so low to the ground. I guess it hit the oil pan, and it was just like, you can have all these expensive vehicles, but if it don't work, like, how successful are you? So that was the dream regarding, in the future, people too it's gonna be more outspoken. Don't be speaking about Jesus or religion, even at your job. April, I had a dream regarding a presentation I was supposed to give for the Lord. I was supposed to look good. I was supposed to be presentable, and I had it. I was in a rush. So in this instance, it was basically, are you prepared? So are you prepared for your assignment, your presentation? Are you doing it, or basically do you wait till last minute? All right, I'm almost done, guys. So I have another couple dreams here. This one here, oh man, this one was February 12th. All right, this one was kind of interesting because it says you can't bottle things up. So if you know something, you have to express it. In the dream, I was sitting in a lobby with a woman with 2 children, and I kept pulling out pieces of plastic from my mouth, and I didn't know what it was, but it just kept coming, and I was like, didn't want the lady with the kids to see that this was coming out. I was gonna freak her out. So, but I stood up, and then a whole big piece of plastic come out, and that's when the dream ended. I was like, what? It was like a plastic bottle. So understanding of this dream is that you can't bottle what you know that's in your heart. Let it out. If there's something that needs to be said, let it out. Dream on April 15th, I had a dream about a sister in Christ was climbing down a rope, and the sister was yelling and screaming, and she was gonna land on, we were at the mall, a guy eating his lunch. All right, so this guy is eating his lunch and just minding his own business. So the sister like falls down a rope, and she's gonna land on him. And the guy's like, he gets up and he like wants to help her, like, so she can land. But she's rejecting, she's yelling, she's like, don't touch me, you're unclean, you're unclean. She's yelling and screaming, don't touch me, but we're all like, you, in other words, she was like very hysterical about it. And she got down and she ran away, yelling and screaming, you're unclean, you're unclean. And that was the end of the dream. So I had a dream that I didn't put the date on or anything. I don't remember the date, but we're also in the tribulation, and there was money. There was no money to, we were broke, right? Or the person was broke. I don't know, but I was having a conversation, and in the conversation, we were like, I said, my God can do anything. My God can do anything. He goes, look in the closet. In the closet, there was a can, and out of the can was spewing gold. And then in the brain, in my mind, it was said, gold, there was $130,000 worth of gold to purchase a house. That was what the plan was. But I said to the guy, he was really scared and worried. And I'm like, I didn't care. I'm like, it's like, my God can do anything. So it kind of builds up your faith. Sometimes you're struggling, and we have that mentality that if we don't do anything, nobody will. But our faith is really, our faith is different right now. We're kind of all working on it and getting better, but all right, there was also another dream. This is probably one of the craziest dreams that I had, and I did post it, but for some reason I had to take it down, right? So in this dream, there was morphing, like kids. So I'll start from the beginning. This guy, a friend that I currently work with right now, he sent me to go fix his electricity at his at his property or his sheetrock, but I couldn't do it because it was dark. So so I had to fix the electrical panel. There's no entrance to the basement, but there's a hole, so I guess there's an entrance, but it's a hole, not a ladder. And there's a rope. So I climbed down this ladder. This dream, I'm telling you, is crazy. I don't know what's down there, but I see a goat and I see like a husky or a wolf. And I'm like, oh man, what do I do? So I start going, come here, boy, come here. I like that, like, are you friendly? And the wolf hops on my shoulder. All right, and so he's a good guy. He didn't turn me up, right? So in the dream, I get down, right? And this wolf turned into a boy, like a white boy, like probably like a, I don't know, 10, 11-year-old, maybe older. And I was like, whoa, what happened? How did you do that? I go to the electrical panel, and that goat was like an Indian boy, like from Pakistan. And he's really sad, and I'm looking at him, and he's all like, I'm like, how did you do that? And he goes, we can do that. We have that power. We have that ability. I'm like, wow, that is so cool. But he was so sad, and he said, nobody cares. So they were like captured because they had this ability. They were prisoners in this basement. So I really wanted to share this because, like, in the end days, I'm guessing there's going to be powers with children. They're going to have abilities to morph. And I guess you kind of can see it more or less sometimes today where you'll see these people who are half demons and half human, or they walk really weird. They have, I don't know, it's just, there's going to be more of it coming. And my job, I guess, was to rescue these children. So, but that was a cool dream. I had another dream too where I'm in like Nebraska, going down Broadway Street, and I'm with my brother, and we're going to a restaurant. The earth and the heavens are like colliding. The trees and the houses, they're like glowing, and they're like lifting up into the house, and the heavens are like coming down and like hovering over the earth. It's kind of like a connection of both. And we're racing to get to this restaurant, and we're just driving, and I'm telling him where to go, and that was the end of the dream, like how both of them start to connect. That was back in February. Let me see. I'm almost done, guys. I had a dream where you had to look out for your kids. We was preaching in some apartments, and one of the kids that were with us got lost and he got lost and I guess was kidnapped and wasn't found. So the essence to that dream, February 6th, was kids are gonna start getting lost, and they probably won't be found. February 4th, also I had a dream. I guess that was the date of the kids morphing. That was it. February 4th, I had another dream about, like schools being turned into prisons. Like a college area dorm, or like a big apartment complex where it has a security where you have to beep your way in, but it felt like a prison. So each night I would sneak towards the back, they would leave the door open, and I would sleep in one of these prison cells. And back in that community was like a lot of families, and I believe this was like an all-women's jail cell. For some reason, that's what it was. And I was basically sleeping in those cells during the night. During the day, I would leave, and I would, I guess, be free, right? So one night when the door was locked, I wasn't able to sleep there. I had to sleep in the park, and I got mugged. And this is the crazy part. The dream where, in other dreams, I was fighting spirits and people, demonic people. I've always had like an advantage. They would have like a little sword or a little knife, a little pocket knife. And that's what they would fight me, right? So, the guy robbed me because I had to sleep in the grass with a gun. So I easily took the gun and I threw it, right? And then I picked up in the grass, it was like a knife, but it was a huge knife, like a sword. And I said, don't, like, I didn't want to, I believe I said right here, you don't want to do this. And he still kept fighting. So finally I submitted him and I poked him in the jugular just a little to draw blood. And he snapped out of it. He became calm. And then I understood that that sword represented the word of God, because I really haven't had a real good, clear understanding of how the word works, right? So this sword represents my understanding now versus how it was when I first started my walk. So before I couldn't really understand the meaning of the tribulation or the 144 or to defend topics like the Sabbath. And now I can prove it with the Bible and the scriptures. And so like my sword was like super big and it was no problem defending myself. The last dream I'm going to share here was kind of like, this just happened also this week, where you have a dream a long time ago and then the dream happens. So I had a dream about darkness. Darkness was coming. There was a storm. And I'm at my dad's house, and then this storm, I'm telling everybody to find a spot where they want to sleep. All right, so they sleep, and we're all looking for it. And then we noticed that my cousin is there. I'm like, she's not a believer. She doesn't, to my knowledge, she doesn't like know Jesus or love Jesus, I guess. But she shows up at my house, my dad's house, a couple of days ago, and I share her the dream. And it's like, why are you here? Like, of all places, it's just weird because you dream about a person like months or like, let's just say 3 weeks ago, and then it manifests. She's here, and she's not a believer, and she's staying at my dad's house. So the Home Depot thing, like, dreamt about it a few weeks ago, boom. Hey, I see it on the news, it happens. So that's why I'm just making this live right now. So let me see right here. Did your soul live? See, how long were you in prison? The prison, I wasn't in prison. I just slept there. So that in the dream, I was just there, I guess, ministering at night or just spending the night, but it did not. The dream it was just a dream. So I had all these dreams, just kind of like, if you look at my channel, there's tons of dreams, but they're more becoming, they're starting to become real. Anyways, guys, I appreciate everything here. It's already got up to about 28 minutes here. And I just really want to get them out because people want to hear it, they can hear it. If not, it's okay. It's all good. All right, guys, thank you. Till next time.